This is sort of out of nowhere, and I don't know if I'll be doing anything like it again, but when I came across this original character profile on DeviantArt, I was so moved by its creativity and depth that I couldn't help but share it with all of you. This is Mellowpaw. Who or what is Mellowpaw? Why, we will be getting right into that, so sit back and prepare your anus. Mellowpaw is a black and brown spotted she-cat with golden possessive eyes and curly messy fur. Notice the artist's unpretentious choice of giving their character messy fur. This is a profound way of making the character in question more connectable. It isn't perfect, it has flaws both physically and in its past, which we will get to soon enough. First, let's take a look at the personality traits that have been chosen. Mellowpaw can be described as bubbly, playful, sarcastic, thoughtful, social, generous, and emotional. Look at the emphasis the creator put in there on emotion as a whole, choosing not to simply use blanket traits such as sarcastic, but also using redundant traits such as bubbly and playful, while at the end reminding us that overall, emotional as a whole is a governing trait, and without its inclusion at the end, we would have probably forgotten that none of these traits would be possible if the character was not emotional. This is deep on so many levels, and I feel like most modern artists could take a note or two from this profile. Another thing we will notice is that it is apparently part of a clan. Using modern references to such things as clans keeps the character hip and up to date with today's youth. They see this she-cat and its SkyClan clan tag and think, this creature is a lot like myself. I can connect with it. Anyway, on to the enthralling history of the character. Mellowpaw was born to Duskwater and Shadowstorm. Shadowstorm and her brother Burnkit had died. Burnkit died before he was even born. She was given to another queen. Now, Duskwater died only recently. This is without a doubt one of the most well thought out and creative character bios I've ever read. It's riddled with so many holes and mysteries that the reader is compelled to create their own views on the story. This helps bring any reader into the character's world by asking important questions, like, how did Burnkit die before he was even born? Is this a metaphor? Was Burnkit simply born into a world massively depressed and riddled with apathy? Or was the character stillborn, creating a darker side to Mellowpaw's background? Or perhaps you could ask who she is, or was. Who was it that was given to another queen, and why had Duskwater only died recently, now? Whoever wrote this story knew exactly how to connect emotionally with its readers and how to immerse them in their own reality by making them think so far into a mere 4 sentences. Last but certainly not least, let us finally have a nice look at our character. I'm sure you'll all be just as moved by its portrayal as I was. As you can see, the empathetic nature of the creator is kicking in again to make you feel sympathy for his or her creation. The she-cat, which until now you all probably thought was simply a female cat, is actually a subspecies of amphibious feline, and due to the destructive nature of mankind, has been horribly disfigured and ailed by pollution in its naturally watery habitats. Let's start off with the tail fin. This is the first indication that this is in fact a new species of animal, never before conceived by man and put onto paper. We must all remember to seek out and thank this artist for pioneering such thoughts of an animal, and respect him or her for the creativity it takes to combine 2 animals into one to create something entirely unheard of. But now, let's take a look at the darker, more subtle nods to the sad reality behind this creature's physiology. As you can see, its body is riddled with cancerous growths, and its jaundiced eye lets us all know that it has bile leaking throughout it. The more alarming tumor is, of course, the one on the side of its jaw, that has created such swelling and stretching that it has forced shut the animal's left eye. This was most likely added to the character because ever since people saw Samuel L. Jackson play Nick Fury, they realized that characters with a single eye can be pretty goddamn badass. The tumor forming on its ribcage, however, is more of a reminder of what we are doing to the environment, and is thusly too deep for normal comprehension. Anyway, that's all for now. I hope you all feel enlightened by this little vacation into fantasy. I'm sure that you are all dreaming of more stories that turn the spotlight on such a deeply emotional and well thought out character, but unfortunately for all of us, only time will tell if such things will ever come to pass. Until next time, my friends,